Episode 159. We recap the series win over the Cincinnati Reds and preview the upcoming series against the Milwaukee Brewers. You're listening to the Bucko Banter podcast, brought to you by the Just Baseball Media Network. Cue the music.
Rockin' 101, she compliment my taste. Whiskey in my lemonade, cause I like the way it tastes. Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates. Order steak by the plate, send in case after case. Run my race at my pace, clear the grass of the snake.
Welcome back to another episode of Bucko Banter. The Pirates won a series. Dare I call it a winning streak?
Yeah, that's exactly what you call it.
2 games?
2 games, baby.
What is the most games we've won in a row this year? Is it 2? I don't think it's more than 2.
I think it's 2.
I mean, we have 17
Somebody
wins,
can correct
right?
us in the comments here, but 2, 3 at most.
At most, yeah. So, hey, 2 or 3 from the Reds, division rival. Love to see it. We got the Brewers coming up, but a lot to discuss today, man.
They were outscored, right?
8-5. I mean, we outscored the Mets. Let's talk like when we were in New York at Citi Field, we outscored the Mets and lost that series. And I think we could have easily won that series with how we played them on the road. Not that it really matters at this point, but yeah, it happens, man. 26 straight games and it's a franchise record of not scoring more than 4 runs in a game. Pretty crazy, man.
In that time period, since May 5th, the Pirates starting pitchers have an ERA of 2.11.
I mean, Bailey Falter has an ERA of 0.4 in the month of May.
Yeah, dude.
He's killing it.
His stat line right now, 0.38 ERA in May, 0.85 whip, and 23 2/3 innings pitched. 1 run. He's given up 1 run, an opponent batting average of 141, and 6.5 K per 9. Like, unreal. He's been dominant. This whole pitching staff has been dominant. Carmen Mlodzinski.
I agree, man. I mean, the bullpen has had its blips, but if you look at a game like today, I mean, pitching top to bottom, all the way from inning 1 to 9 is what won us this game.
Yeah. There's been a lot of veteran moments. IKF has had some really nice at-bats. I want to highlight Spencer Horwitz real quick because this is a guy who we haven't had throughout the year. He's back in the lineup, and I think he's making his presence known. Even his outs have been hard hit. In game 2, he had 3 hard hit balls, 2 singles. And today he had 2 hard hit balls, 1 where he got robbed. He has a nice swing. He has a very, very fluid swing from the left side, and he makes hard contact. And he has an excellent eye at the plate. I think I'm starting to buy in on Spencer Horwitz if we're looking at any positive this season and seeing him progress and mature into an everyday Major League Baseball player, I hope, instead of platooning him. I think that bat can add a lot of value to this lineup down the road. The swing is there, man. He looks good.
Yeah, I love his at-bats. I love what I've seen so far. I completely agree. I was going to mention Spencer Horwitz this episode, so I'm glad you brought him up. Great addition to the lineup for sure.
Absolutely. Let's go through some headlines real quick. Obviously, Jared Jones had surgery today on his UCL. They said it's going to be about 10 to 12 months, so hoping for a strong and speedy recovery from Jared. Carmen Mlodzinski, option to AAA, not moved to the bullpen, option to AAA. I think this is kind of a move where we're going to put you in the minor leagues. If you want to make it back to the pro team, you're going to admit you need to go back to the bullpen.
Okay, that's the way you're spinning it. Okay, I didn't think of it that way. I was gonna stop you so I could give my take real quick. I don't get the move. I love that Burrows is getting his shot, right? Mike Burrows was called up. He's going to start tomorrow. I'm excited because he's more than deserving of this shot and for a chance to be in this rotation. Mlodzinski is a reliever. I think we're delaying the inevitable. Like, he's not a starter, and you're sending him back to AAA to continue starting when I think he could be a valuable addition to this bullpen right now. With Holderman not being the usual Colin Holderman, David Bednar being up and down, like having a guy at the back of the bullpen that you know can give you valuable innings in high leverage spots, it makes so much sense.
I agree with that 100%. I think they wanted to get Burrows up, and I think maybe there's some stubbornness there from both
It just
sides.
seems like I know he wants to start and he's been pushing it, but like at some point you got as an organization, and I don't know what the conversations are being had behind the scenes, but you got to say like, hey man, this is what you are.
Sure.
And I know there's been conversations about his pitch mix where he's stubborn about that as well. As an organization, like you've got to put your guys in a position to succeed. And if he's unwilling to hear that, then you got to move on.
Yeah, I think he's going to have no choice if Bubba. First of all, if Bubba gets called up soon, he should be called up for this Brewers series. Enough's enough. Enough is enough.
But I was thinking about that today. Who do you sub in for him? Like, who did you bring up? Did you make it a 6-man rotation? Like,
listen,
how do
man,
you
I don't care.
Yeah,
Your
I don't
number
either.
one prospect is killing it. I know you agree with me on this. He's killing it. There's no reason for him. He's not going to develop anything or mature in any way that's going to help him at the big league level in the next couple of weeks. You just came off a series win. That's rare this year. Carry that momentum. We talk about momentum all the time. You have another series, division series coming up at home
against a struggling Brewers team.
If you don't call him up now, he's not going to start till mid-June because they're not going to start him on the road.
That Philly series probably, or Cubs series, right. I guess at home. Yeah.
Do it now. Mm-hmm. Do it now, and then you force Carmen to move back to the pen. You have Burrows. He's been killing it. You have good options here. All right?
I agree, man. I agree. I think this is an opportunity for front office to do the right thing.
Yes.
And there's no reason for Bubba Chandler to be in AAA anymore. I know we heard radio say today that he needs to work on his breaking ball. Give me a break, man. Yes. Like this guy's MLB ready. Like
stop making excuses. You know what I mean? Like
there's nothing for him to be in AAA for. Will he have moments where welcome to the big league moments? Yeah, man. But like this team is 17-33 or whatever the record is right now. Like there's no reason for him to be in AAA. He's not challenged there anymore, clearly. Bring him up here. Let's stop suppressing his service time. I'm just going to say it there. Like, I get it. There's incentive for a team. Listen, if I'm in the front office and I'm in the front office of a small market team, there's incentive for you to do that. Okay. There absolutely is. I get it. But this guy's ready. Let's bring up, he can help you right now. And you got this team coming in that's 4th in the NL Central with the Milwaukee Brewers, who have struggled as well as of late. And you've got an opportunity to win 2 series at home against division rivals. Let's just put the foot on the pedal and just have some positivity here going into the month of June.
Absolutely. You have quite another chance to change the narrative. You have so many chances this year throughout the offseason to change the narrative of the Pittsburgh Pirates. If you don't do that, if you don't make the right move in calling up your number one prospect who absolutely deserves to be here, what do you think everyone else in the locker room thinks? Yeah. Right? What do you think all the guys from AAA think? You're just creating disdain for the organization. Do the right thing.
And within the organization.
Right. With the players, nobody wants to see that. They want to see the best guys out there, and everybody knows he should be in the rotation. So just do it. We talk about like building a winning culture, right? And you look at other teams in other similar situations. Let's focus on the Detroit Tigers real quick.
Love this. All right, let's do it.
This is a perfect example of an organization where nothing was going right. They made some really bad moves, but they've drafted well. They brought in AJ Hinch, who we've talked about on this podcast, really being a winning manager, right? And just turning this organization around and setting a good example, not just at the big league level, but throughout the minor league system, believing in the guys, creating a winning culture. And Max Clark, their draft pick, which year was it? It was about a couple years now.
A couple years ago. It was 2 years ago, I think. He was out of high school in Indiana. Yeah.
He was like the top prep guy coming out of high school. The Tigers took him.
Him and Walker Jenkins. So it was 23, right. I think. Yeah.
Awesome guy. Okay. If you don't know Max Clark, look him up. This guy is just an absolute baseball fiend. right?
He gives me PCA vibes.
Absolutely, man. And he's matured quite a lot for a high school guy coming through the system. I think he was looked at as a little cocky coming out of the draft, big swag guy, but he was on the Call Up, which is a Just Baseball podcast for minor leaguers. And he was talking about how the organizational shift in Detroit has changed and taken an impact on everyone in the organization. I'm going to play the clip right here, and then I want to discuss it. Take a listen to this and tell me this isn't exactly what the Pirates should be doing.
You have guys like Scott Harris and AJ Hinch that just push winning throughout our entire organization. I mean, we had competitions going in spring training on the backfields where winning actually mattered. We had coaches getting into it, managers getting into it. Like the organizational shift and mindset has been unbelievable. Our organization is as talented as ever. We're led by two of the best and most winning people I've ever met. Spending time with AJ in the spring, it's unbelievable. That guy cares about his players. He cares about winning, and everybody loves him. Everybody respects him because that guy knows how to win. He has won, and he's going to continue to do so. And then you have a guy like Scott who's so involved and, dominating the strike zone, dominating both sides of the ball, like what it takes to ultimately win games. That's what they care about. AJ is a guy, like, he's always just like he watches the game in such a different way. And I think he's actually said this about me too, but it's like just seeing how he handles the game. And you see it like now in the big leagues currently in the like during the real season, just the way he manages the game. Like that guy sees baseball through a different lens. Yeah. It is so cool to watch in person. I'll tell you that. It is unbelievable.
I mean, one, does that not give you goosebumps?
It's the culture that you want to build here in Pittsburgh, man. That's like what we dream of. Like they want to win. They just want to win, period. And AJ Hinch is an example of a manager that I would love to hire here in Pittsburgh, a guy that has won and has managed and has the experience. We did that with Clint Hurdle. We need to find our next Clint Hurdle. We need to find our next AJ Hinch somewhere. If Donnie Kelly is not the full-time manager here in Pittsburgh, it's just all about culture, man. And it seems like from that video, what I took away from that, it's from top to bottom, from the front office to the big league club, to the big league manager, to the affiliates. It's everyone's on the same page. And that's what we need here in Pittsburgh.
It's getting everyone to believe what you're working towards, and that's a World Series. And right now, that is the furthest thing from the mentality of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And him saying and acknowledging like the organizational shift just in the short time period that he's been there.
Yeah. That
has such an impact on guys coming out throughout the system. You follow Max Clark on Twitter. He's watching like every Tigers game when he's not playing.
I love that.
He's rooting for the guys at the big league level. He wants to be there. I'm not saying that we don't have guys like that. Maybe they're just not as vocal, but you need to create that culture like you're talking about. That when you get to the big league club, it's going to be everything that you thought and more. And you're going to be contributing to a greater cause. I thought I'd share that video. Shout out Just Baseball, the Call Up podcast. Go check it out. Couple more headlines here before we get into the recaps. As you mentioned, Burrows was recalled and he will start in Carmen's spot. And Manny Valdez, surgery on his left shoulder. He's going to be out for the year, about a 6-month recovery there. And then some good news, Hunter Barco. Not an elbow issue. He has a minor shoulder sprain, so they'll continue to monitor that. That being said,
before we go into it, Nicky G was transferred to the 60-day IL. Sure. So like I think he's got 6 more days, I think it is.
Just a paper move.
Isaac Madsen, his contract was selected from AAA while Colin Holderman went to the 15-day. I want to talk about Mike Burrows for just 1 minute. 2-1, 2.51 ERA this year in AAA, 8 games. 32 and a third innings pitched, 41 Ks, 105 whip. He throws a 4-seam change, curve, slider. We saw a small taste of him at Yankee Stadium last year at the last series. The fastball really can reach the upper 90s, and it features high spin, vertical break, making it effective up in the zone. This is like a pitching analytic darling right here. He has solid control. Effectively mixes his pitches and maintains composure on the mound. Like this is a guy that could be a solid mid-rotation starter. And I'm really excited for Mike Burrow's start tomorrow. I'm really, really excited because he's really his last 3 or 4 starts in AAA have been unreal.
Dominant.
So let's get into the game recaps, Adam. I just wanted to mention that about Burrows. Do you want to get started on Monday's game?
Sure. 7-1 L. This one got away from them. Another outstanding start by Mitch Keller, who's just got absolutely no support from this club throughout the entire year. 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 walk, 5 Ks, 59 strikes on 91 pitches. Bullpen consisted of Ferguson, Bednar, and Holderman. Bednar had 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 2 earned, 2 Ks, and then Holderman, before going down to the IL, 1 1/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, 1 K. Offense, not much here. Bart had a double as a team, 8 Ks, 1 walk, 0 for 4 runners in scoring position, 5 hits as a team, 5 left on base, grounded into 1 double play, IKF throwing error. Not much else to discuss here.
The only thing else I would add is Alexander Canario, man. I said it last episode, no cheap hits off that bat. 112-mile-an-hour ground rule double. We were sitting in center field when that happened, and I was like, wow, that ball got out of here quick. So let's go into Tuesday. 1-0 win. 1-0. Bailey Falter continued his dominance in May. Like I said, 0.4 ERA in the month of May. 7 innings, 4 hits, no earned, no walks, 5 Ks. His ERA is down to 3.50. 7 whiffs. Santana got his 5th hold, 1 inning, no hits. ERA down to 186. Bednar, 4th save, 1 inning, 1 hit, 5.02 ERA. Spencer Horwitz went 2 for 3 with a walk. His average went up to 300. Small sample size there. Brian Reynolds went 1 for 4 with an RBI. Frazier 1 for 3 with a double. 6 hits total, 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position, 9 left on base, 4 Ks. They just got the best of Nick Martinez, I guess, with that 1 run. Bailey Falter pitched tremendously, was able to get us to our 2 high leverage guys at the back of the bullpen to, save a 1-0 game. So that was that.
Wednesday, series win 3-1. Andrew Heaney took the hill, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks, 4 Ks. He's got an ERA at 2.91 right now. Your bullpen consisted of Chase Shugart, Tanner Rainey, Caleb Ferguson, and Dennis Santana, who got the save with 1 K. Offense, Henry Davis breakout game, question mark? I don't know. 2 for 2, 1 RBI, 1 walk, threw out a runner. Great deke at home plate to get the guy on the relay. And then as a team, 7 Ks, 4 walks, 9 hits, 3 for 9 runners in scoring position, 8 left on base. IKF and Hayes both had doubles. Frazier and Pham collected a pair of hits. Good series win. That's all you can say.
Yeah, I want to touch on Henry Davis real quick. And this guy was drafted as a bat first, glove second catcher, and he's become a glove first, bat second catcher. Like the bat has kind of declined, but he had a really good day at the plate today. The evolution of him has been kind of crazy to watch. He's got one of the fastest pop times in baseball. But man, if he can get going and be a backup catcher and a solid backup catcher, you got to love that, especially if Andy Rodriguez comes up and continues to hit. And I think they've got a good problem there at the catcher position. That being said, let's take a break and we'll come back and preview the Brewers series.
Scott, we have the Brewers at PNC Park this weekend. Before we get into it, go over to Sports Card Junction, 9011 Perry Highway, for all of your hobby needs. Baseball cards, football, basketball, hockey, Pokemon, and more. You can find everything at Sports Card Junction. Go into the shop, have a good time, or you can go visit them at sportscardjunction.com. The Brewers come to town. NL Central rival. They're 4th in the division. They sit at 24-25 right now. Thursday, a pitcher has not been announced. Mike Burrows will be going for the Buccos. We go to Friday, right-handed pitcher Freddie Peralta versus Paul Skeens. Freddie Peralta this year, 5-3, 2.59 ERA, and 55 2/3 pitch. 10 games, 57 Ks, 106 whip. The Arsenal, he's got a 4-seam change curve slider. The 4-seam, 59% of the time, sitting mid-90s, and then the change, 19% of the time, curve 16, and then the slider 6% of the time. The fastball here is the signature pitch, okay? Throws nearly 60% of the time, as I just mentioned, generates a stuff plus rating out of a 112, indicating elite velocity and movement. It's particularly effective against right-handed hitters, generating high whiff rates and inducing fly balls. And then in the secondaries, the curveball became a game changer last year for him. With a Stuff Plus rating of 104, it features a sharp 12-6 break and has become a reliable secondary offering, enhancing his ability to keep hitters off balance.
Let's go into Saturday. We're going to face familiar face Quinn Priester, 18th overall pick in 2019 by the Pirates, traded to the Sox last year for Nick York. He's with Milwaukee now. This year, 1-2 with a 4.66 ERA and 38 2/3 innings pitched, 8 games started, 25 Ks and a 147 whip. He relies on that sinker slider combo. The sinker 44% of the time, slider 28. He throws a cutter 15% of the time and a curve at 9% of the time. And he mixes in a change there every once in a while. The big concern here is the fastball. Despite flashes of velocity, 95 to 98 at times, he'll sit like 93 to 94. His fastball's lack of movement and plane has limited its effectiveness, impacting the performance of his secondary pitches. So we saw that in Pittsburgh, man. Like the fastball is pretty flat, doesn't have a lot of spin or vertical movement, and can get hit hurt. When he came out of high school, actually, the curveball was one of his best secondary offerings. But I think the lack of fastball effectiveness hurt his curveball. So he resorted to a sinker slider combo. With the Sox, the Priester adjusted his pitch usage, employing a cutter and curveball mix against left-handed hitters and a sinker slider combination against righties. So he's mixed and matched his pitch usage there against different hitters. We'll see what he does against the Pirates. They should know him pretty well.
I'm not a betting man unless I'm using a Rhythm. Go download Rhythm. But I'm betting an O'Neal Cruz home run on Saturday, man.
Love that.
100%. And let's go to Sunday. Right-handed pitcher Logan Henderson versus Bailey Falter. Logan Henderson this year is 3-0 with a 1.69 ERA and 16 innings pitched. 3 games, 23 Ks with a 0.81 whip. This is a 2021 fourth-round pick out of JUCO. The arsenal includes a four-seam at 45% of the time, change 41% of the time, and then he's got a cutter, slider, and sinker. The fastball averages around 93 miles per hour and is thrown from a low arm angle, enhancing its effectiveness. This pitch has been particularly successful in generating swings and misses with a 37.3% whiff rate. And then the changeup, considered his most effective secondary offering. The changeup averages around 81.9 miles per hour and has earned a 60 grade for most scouts, indicating above average quality. So you got some good arms you're going against this weekend, man. I know we mention it every time. No matter what arm steps against the Pirates, it's going to be a challenge, but you got to carry the momentum, right? You had a little bit more slug. You had some guys feeling it, hitting the ball hard. They got robbed probably 3 or 4 times just in the last game of the Red Series. So let's continue that momentum. I think this is a good series to hit the long ball, especially on Saturday off of Priester. You know he's susceptible to it, maybe some solo shots, but let's get after it, man. Let's get excited for PNC Park this weekend.
Yeah, let's absolutely get excited. We got a big weekend there. We've got the NS9 tailgate on Saturday. We've got we'll be at the ballpark Friday through Sunday. And I'm excited for the Pirates to maybe take this series from the Brewers and win 2 divisional series here this week. I think it'll be a good way to go off into your West Coast series next week.
A couple of announcements. One, Saturday, you mentioned it's going to be a long day. We got the NS9 tailgate. We'll be at the game. We'll be on the field. Saturday morning, we're back at Allegheny Coffee and Tea for our live show. We're going to start it at 10 a.m. So from 10 to 11, you could either go online or come on down to the Strip. Go get a coffee. If you ask a question, guess what? That's a free coffee. You think they're just handing out free coffee nowadays? No. All right. So come down, ask us a hard-hitting question about the Pirates, get a free coffee, join the show, and then come meet us at the ballpark later on. And then another big announcement for Bucko Banter. Dare I say we stay hot? We're taking our show to another establishment in the Strip District, a highly respected one, a fun one, in Harp and Fiddle in the Strip. An amazing bar. Great to watch sports at. They got a great setup. We just had a meeting with them today at the bar, and we're going to be doing a pregame show June 12th. Okay. June 12th, we're going to be doing a pregame show at Harp and Fiddle. Come ask all of your questions. It'll also be streamed live, but it's going to be broadcasted all over the bar. It's going to be awesome, man. I'm so excited. It's a totally different environment. We're just spreading the love all around the Strip District. This is home for us. So we're excited to continue just growing Bucko banner and spreading the good word of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
This is our neighborhood, man. I'm excited for Harp and Fiddle. It was actually my first time there today, and that was awesome. They've got a great setup there. Come over for the pregame show. It'll be a lot of fun. Get a couple beers, ask some questions about the Pirates, hear us talk about the Pirates. It'll be a good time. I'm excited for it.
Absolutely. So let's get after it. See us at the park this weekend. We'll have some exciting giveaways from Total Sports Enterprises and Sports Card Junction. So if you see us, don't be afraid to stop us, ask what questions we got this week, what trivia we got, have a chance to win an autographed photo, maybe an autographed baseball, pack of cards, much, much more. So we'll see you at the park. Until next time, raise it.
Raise it.
Seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates, or the steak by the plates and